Greetings family, peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru and thanks for visiting my channel. This video is about black Congress members who are to meet with FBI director over the Black Identity Extremists memo. If you'll recall, the lawmakers requested that meeting after Foreign Policy, the magazine, first reported about the assessment on October 6th. The document was dated August 3rd and titled Black Identity Extremists Likely Motivated to Target Law Enforcement Officers, unquote. Well, it says that we heard back from the FBI on October 23rd, 2017, as requested, and we're working with them to schedule a meeting with Director Ray. Camera Jones, a spokeswoman for the caucus, said in a statement. In the assessment, the FBI said that beliefs people held about police violence had caused an increase in attacks on officers. The FBI assesses it is very likely Black Identity Extremists, or BIE, perceptions of police brutality against African Americans spurred an increase in premeditated, retaliatory, lethal violence against law enforcement and will very likely serve as justification for such violence, unquote, the assessment said. Well, referring to the officer-involved fatal shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014, the report said, quote, the FBI assesses it is very likely incidents of alleged police abuse against African Americans since then have continued to feed the resurgence in ideologically motivated violent criminal activity within the BIE movement, unquote. Side note, first of all, it's very difficult for me to read the data, the information that they're providing about this situation when black people are just now finding out what a so-called BIE, or Black Identity Extremist, is. This is a term that white Europeans made up. So that's a problem first and foremost, because you made it up against a different group of people within the United States. And if you're a so-called majority, if you are white Americans, because I have a strong feeling that you're not, but if you are targeting black people. That is a problem, a major problem, especially given the fact and given that history has proven, and everyone knows, that black people built this country that you call the United States of America. Even Native Americans are happy of the work that African Americans put in for free. So, for you to come up with a title that targets black people, that is foul on so many levels. Now, why would I say that? Well, because you never came up with a white identity extremist, especially given the fact that we have so many throughout our history. We can name them. There's plenty to go around. As recent as, well, yesterday at a Walmart. But even before that, there was the Las Vegas shooting, and there was the Aurora Theater shooting, and before that we had Tim McVeigh, and on and on and on. There's just too many to mention. But I digress. Back to this story. In the assessment, the FBI said that beliefs people held... Oh, I read that part. Sorry about that. Following the Foreign Policy report, members of the Congressional Black Caucus wrote to Ray calling for a meeting to discuss the assessment. Quote, the assessment and the analysis upon which it is based are flawed because it conflates black political activists with dangerous domestic terrorist organizations that pose actual threats to law enforcement, the letter said. It relies on a handful of obviously terrible incidents to paint black Americans who exercise free speech against witnessed police brutality as possible violent extremists. These broad characterizations can only serve to further erode trust between law enforcement officials and many of the black communities they serve, further inflaming an already tense and complicated dynamic, the letter stated. The lawmakers added that the assessment seemed to be part of both a troubling history between the FBI and black citizens and a pattern of statements and actions by the Donald Trump administration that are hostile to African Americans. The Senate confirmed Ray as FBI director on August 1st, 2 days before the date on the assessment. The Daily Caller first reported on the Bureau's response. A spokesperson for the FBI declined to comment further on Thursday. Well, I'm going to show you the video that is accompanied with this article. Let's roll the clip. Okay, family, you just saw the video footage. What was wrong with it? If you caught it, it was very easy and telling. The video footage is supposed to be about the black lawmakers who will meet with the FBI director over the Black Identity Extremists memo. They had absolutely no kind of proof or nothing to go on to even show any actions or any kind of evidence whatsoever of such a thing as a black identity extremist. No, they don't. That's very, very telling, because again, it just goes to show you how they are just using shenanigans to target black Americans, the heirs of those who built this country. That is abominable. It's an insult to Americans, the truest Americans, black Americans. This is Guru. Thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a comment if you feel up to it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.